Hi guys, my name's Eliana Levy. Welcome to my channel. Let me just tell you a little bit about myself. I'm 18, I go to college at Indiana University, and I'm super into makeup. I have been my whole life, and I finally decided to share it with other people. Today I'm going to show you how to achieve this look that I did right here. It's a little bit of a purpley eyeshadow, super fun, great for a night out. Since my channel is so new, if you want to see more about me, feel free to go check out my makeup Instagram. You can find it at makeup_by_ELLI. Enjoy! So first we're starting off with Master Conceal by Maybelline. We're going to use it to blank out our eyelids, and it'll make the eyeshadow pop a lot more, so I'm just blending it into my skin. Next, I'm using Airspun loose powder that I just got from my drugstore in my hometown, and I'm just swiping that all over my eyelids, and this is going to make the eyeshadow blend a lot better. Next, I'm taking my palette from Tarte, the Amazonian Clay palette, and just taking one of the nice light purple shades. I'm using it as my first transition shade in the crease and right above it. I just keep building it up, making it darker, using a little bit of a darker color and a bigger blending brush just to blow it out more. Now as I continue to darken the eyeshadow, I'm just using smaller blending brushes to really get in there and darken it, and larger ones to blend it out more. Next, I'm taking an angled brush and the darkest shadow in the palette. It's almost black, and I'm using it to really define the outer V of my eyelid. I'm just continuing with that brush, and I'm just blending it and blowing it out a little more onto my lid so that I have a better transition. It's all personal preference, but I'm just keep blending and adding more and keep blending. Now I'm just taking my NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Milk, and I'm using this to really define my lid and give a nice, really even base for the next shadow that I'm going to put on it. I'm using a really sharp angled brush just to get really precise lines, and then I'm blending it with my finger in just a second, and that way I can blend it really nicely into the darker shade. Next, I'm just going back into my Tarte palette and taking the lightest shade in order to set that white that I just put down. Now that we have a nice base, I'm taking the Extra Dimension eyeshadow by MAC, and I'm taking this really beautiful iridescent purple shade, and I'm going to put this all over the white eye that I just put down. I'm using Fix Plus first on my brush, and that's going to keep that eyeshadow pigmented and locking in. Now I'm just going in with a fluffy brush to blend those shadows together, and I'm just taking a makeup wipe and cleaning up all those edges. Now that we're done with the eyes, we're going to go into the face. I'm taking my NYX Photo Loving Primer, and I'm putting this all over my face. Next, I'm taking my Infallible Pro Matte Foundation in shade 102 by L'Oreal, and I'm dotting it all over my face. Now I'm just using a concealer brush just to spread that around a little more so my beauty blender doesn't soak it up too much, and I'm going to blend it down my neck a bit because we don't want to have an uneven foundation. Now I'm taking my slightly damp beauty blender, and I'm using that to really blend and push the foundation into my skin for a really nice and even skin tone. Next, I'm taking my latest favorite concealer, the Maybelline Master Conceal in shade Fair, and I'm using this to put under my eyes to really cancel out those dark circles, a little bit on my chin to highlight, my nose, and a little bit on my forehead. Again, I'm taking a concealer brush to slightly blend that out just a bit, just to prepare it for my beauty blender, and then again I'm taking my damp beauty blender to really blend that concealer out. Now I'm going to take my Airspun loose powder yet again, and I'm going to use this to set my concealer and foundation in place. I'm going to take a loose, fluffy eyeshadow brush, it's very big, and I'm going to use this to set my under eyes and my T-zone, and also my chin. I'm taking my Smashbox contour palette, and I'm using the contour shade in that palette to contour my cheekbones, and my nose. Using the same palette, I'm taking the bronzer shade and a large fluffy contour brush, and I'm using that to really make my cheekbones pop, as well as give myself a slight glow. Now I'm taking the Tarte Party Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Blush, and I'm using this to give myself a little more color on my cheeks. Now I'm taking the Hourglass Ambient Lighting palette, and I'm using the highlighting shade in this palette on my cupid's bow, my nose, and also on the high points of my cheekbones. Now I'm just taking a Maybelline eyeliner that I had laying around, and I'm going to use this in my waterline and also tightline my eyes. Now I'm going back in my Tarte palette, and I'm taking, again, the same eyeshadows that I used in the crease, and I'm using that to really smoke out my lower lash line. Now I'm going back into that MAC eyeshadow, and I'm using it to highlight the inner corner of my eyes and also to highlight my brow bone. Now I'm taking the NYX Tame & Frame Tinted Brow Pomade in black, and I'm using that to fill in my brows. I do really like a dark brow, that's why I'm using a really dark color. It's really just personal preference and what fits you best. I'm using my Anastasia brush, and I'm really just blending all of this out. Every time I do a couple strokes, I take my brush and I really fluff it out so it doesn't look too harsh or fake. Now I'm just going in to set my eyebrows, and I do like to use a little bit of a lighter shade to set my eyebrows. I do think it just highlights them a little better. Now I'm taking my MAC lip pencil in Soar, and I'm going to fill in my lips. I'm actually going to do a little bit of a Y shape besides just outlining them. Doing this kind of gives your lips a little bit of an Angelina Jolie impression. I'm also going to go in with a little bit of a lighter lip liner pencil just to make the Y that I drew pop a lot more. Now I'm taking my all-time favorite lipstick, Pure Zen by MAC, and I'm just going to put this all over my lips. Then I'm just putting on a pink lip gloss by Smashbox for some extra shine. Now I'm just curling my lashes, that way they are set in place for when I take my mascara. I'm using the new Voluminous Lash Paradise by L'Oreal. This is an absolutely amazing mascara. Out of all the drugstore and high-end mascaras I've tried, this is the best one I've come across. Now I'm just taking my NYX Matte Finish Setting Spray, and I'm just setting my face so it'll stay all night. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to check out my makeup Instagram to see more about this look.